I'm going to apologize up front. I may not be able to read these names correctly, and I apologize if I butcher your last name or your first name. Is there a Mr. or Mrs. Bohanan? And please forgive me. And when you come up, and then there's also a Benjamin Donlin. Mr. Bohanan, I'm sorry for butchering your last name.
You got Bohanan right, that's great.
But please remind us who you are and who you represent today, and give us your testimony.
My name is Arinthina Bohanan. I'm a 36-year-old native of Denver, Colorado, graduated Montbello High School and Colorado Northwestern College. Over the past 10 years, actually 10 years ago, I lost my house, my kids, my car, and my will. It just happened to be that I hopped on the Denver road home at that time. It's been about 10 years, and I'd like to just fast track to now and say that the homeless condition right now is no doubt it's miserable. There's a crisis. I feel like the times that I had to sleep out, I felt like I was being hunted. I felt like I was in a big pool and I could hear the Jaws music playing. And I'm looking in the distance and I'm seeing the tops of the police car lights, and I'm just wondering if they're coming my way. And it's just miserable. The reason why I believe that this bill will work is my experience of trying to work a temporary job or a full-time job and having to say, well, tonight I'm going to go to sleep instead of going to work. You have to balance those two things, because the way the shelter system is, for the two shelters in Denver where men can sleep overnight, you have to go on a lottery system. So they have two places where you can go. You may be able to go downtown to the shelter where you have to be there at 4 o'clock, or there's another shelter where you have to be there a little earlier. So if I get out to work at 8 in the morning, I don't get off work until 4 in the afternoon, then I'm going to be roaming the streets that night. I won't be able to get into a shelter. These are concerns of not just me, but every man that has tried to build up something from a day labor position to where you are working so hard to find somewhere where you can work a temporary position to then you get hired on full time. But there are times where you have to balance and you have to say, will I go to sleep tonight, or will I just roam around and then go into work tonight, smelling like yesterday? That is the protection that this bill will give, is those nights when you have to sleep out, where you end up in detox when it's really cold, where you go to detox and lie and say, I want some help, I've been doing drugs. You got detox, you got jail, and you got outside. And those decisions are not reasonable for any American, any human being, anywhere. And I just think this bill would help to protect those who have to make the decision to sleep outside, or where conditions and circumstances dictate them to sleep outside. Because of those 5 million homes, one of those homes is mine, and I'm going to work diligently to get it. And there are many like me, but we have to make the decision sometimes to be out in the elements. And I'm just asking that you vote favorable, in a favorable fashion for this bill, because it will protect those who wish to work and who are working for one of those 5 million empty homes, because one of those are ours.
Thank you, Mr. Bohanan.